Eric Lawler here for JOE.ie, and I'm here with the Irish and Liverpool footballing legend that is Mr. Jason McAteer. Jason, how are you?
I'm in good form.
Yeah, good stuff. Nice sunny morning here in Dublin. Dublin's a bit, well, your second home now at this stage.
Yeah, I love coming back. Any opportunity I get, I love coming in. Usually for social reasons, it's better than business. But yeah, anything that brings me back over, I love it. Yeah, I've got a 3-week-old baby, so I've got to go back. Yeah, I'm on fatherhood duties.
Time is precious.
So I'm missing him, to be fair. I've only been away from him one night in the 3 weeks he's been born, which was last night, and I started fretting a little bit. So I'm actually, yeah.
You doing the night feeds and all that?
Yeah, yeah.
It's tough work.
It is very tough, yeah. I feel like I'm in the Marines, sleep deprivation at the minute. But I'm missing him, so I'm looking forward to going back and seeing him this afternoon. Yeah.
Lovely. So what's his name?
Logan.
Logan.
Logan, yeah.
So Logan's run, kind of.
Well, I'm thinking more of Wolverine.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Come on, get up to speed.
For last night, Manchester United and Liverpool played in Miami at the final of the International Champions Cup trophy, and the one thing that struck me was, despite all the Liverpool signings, is the gaping chasm that has been left behind by Luis Suarez, and it just looked like last night. I know they were missing a couple of players like Lallana and whatever, but they just didn't seem to have any cutting edge at all last night. Do you think that's something that can be addressed going forward, or is he just too big of a player to replace? And will they suffer?
Well, yeah, I mean, first of all, it's been obviously the biggest talking point all summer, and certainly from a Liverpool's point of view, it was extremely disappointing. I know it happened during the World Cup and playing for Uruguay, and it was, like I said, it was extremely disappointing, not only for the club, I think for the supporters as well. Liverpool have always had that iconic player that the fans can relate to and the fans sort of adore, whether it was back in the day Keegan, right through to Dalglish, right through to Robbie Fowler.
And even Torres took it over for a little while.
Torres, yeah, he had the mantle for a while, and then obviously Luis Suarez filled them boots, and obviously his departure under the cloud that it was extremely disappointing. But Liverpool they've got to look forward now, and they've got to look to the future, and they've maybe not have to find a replacement, but they have to find the replacement in the goals and the performance, like you said, that spark, that sparkle that adds to their performance. Team performance, they need to find that, and whether that's done through 3 or 4 players like you alluded to there, like the Lallana coming in, Emre Can, maybe starting, and Sterling's sort of coming to the fore now. He feels he's at home in the first team.
And Sterling looked like the real threat last night, in fairness to him. He was I think once United realised that he was their only threat and they closed him down, then Liverpool were nullified, kind of thing. But he does look like he's grown into...
He's the real deal at the minute,
genuinely,
I think last season there was a spell where he felt he maybe didn't belong in the first team just at that moment, but when he realised he did, when he found his comfort zone that was in the first team, then we're starting to see the best of him, and he can only get better, to be fair to him.
Absolutely,
he's a fantastic player, but like I said before, it's going to take maybe 3 or 4 players, Sturridge as well, maybe to step up the mantle and put in a real team performance. It's not just about Luis Suarez, like they did last season. They all played their parts, but they're going to have to step up that little bit more now. I mean, the window's still open for a few more weeks. We'll have to see whether Brendan Rodgers decides to go in and get that marquee signing we're all probably craving for. We'll have to wait and see, but he does have to fit the way Liverpool play, the philosophy that Liverpool plays. No point just going out and buying a Costa or a Falcao who's not really going to fit into the ethos of the way they play. It's important that he fits into that philosophy, and there's no rush yet. Like I said, the window's open for another 2 or 3 weeks, so we'll have to wait and see who comes in, if anybody.
I want to bring it back to that day, probably the most famous day in your Republic of Ireland career, that day when he scored at Lansdowne Road against Holland, and I watched that match in Slane Castle with 80,000 people, and I had a broken leg at the time, but I didn't realise it was broken. I was playing football, a fella went over the top, done my ankle, broke my ankle and my leg, but I'm hard as nails, Jay, hard as nails. And
so you didn't have a cast on, or
didn't even go to hospital. I said, no, if I go to the hospital, they're going to tell me I can't go to Slane Castle. So I went to Slane Castle with a big black leg. Yeah. And I forgot.
Numbs the pain.
I forgot for a few minutes that my leg was broken. And when you scored, I jumped up in the air.
And then you knew. And
then I landed and fell down the hill, rolled down the hill on top of a picnic. These ladies were having a little picnic, and they were like, "You drunken bum, get off me!" So I blame you for that, Jason McAteer. But if I could ask you one question, Jay, right?
Well, just while you're on our stories, I met a couple who had walking through the park with a couple of kids, and they got married on that day. And his wife was telling me about like the ceremony, and like they couldn't get everyone in to have the meal because they were watching the game. And then obviously after the meal and everything, he got up and done his speech, the groom, And he said, I'd just like to say and toast this one special person. And she said, I thought that was going to be me. And he actually toasted me for scoring the goal.
I say he wasn't the only one, Jay.
Yeah, he wasn't the only one.
That goal you scored against Holland,
yeah.
Would you go back in time and change that for, say, a winning goal for Liverpool to win the Championship, the Premier League title?
Do you know what? I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't. No.
That's a proper Irish legend right there.
because what it meant to so many people, and after the event, you don't really know at the time what that goal was going to do, but after the event, you meet so many people that were there. I mean, I'm sure there was 100,000 people in that stadium because I've met them all. What it meant to people, that goal, what it meant to the country, what it meant to us actually in going ahead and qualifying for that competition, the World Cup, which is the pinnacle of any footballer's career. The knock-on effect from scoring that goal was absolutely fantastic. And I always say, you know, it was great to get the pats on the back for scoring the goal, but there was another 10 players on the pitch that day who all added into, you know, keeping that clean sheet and keeping us at 1-0. So they all played their part. I was just lucky enough to score that goal, but it was such a special moment, and we're still talking about it now, years and years and years on. So
it was a fantastic finish.
Yeah, and like I said, what it did for the country and put smiles on people's faces, it's what it meant really, is why I would not change it.
Jason McAteer proving once again that he's an out-and-out Irish sporting legend. Jason McAteer, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
It's been emotional.
Cheers, mate.